Hello, doing a quick recording here of Fortnite Chapter 2. We are playing on an E5 2650 V2 paired with the RX 580. And these are the settings that we're going to be playing on here. We've got low with epic view distance, all at 1920 by 1080p. Yeah, we're just going to be testing out the performance here. And yeah, just keep an eye out on the frame rate counter, as well as the frame time graph in the top left hand corner of the screen. And the date of this recording is December 24th. So, yeah, we're still on the winter patch. For those of you who are not familiar, the E5 2650 V2 has 8 cores and 16 threads, and it's from the Ivy Bridge generation of CPUs. And, yeah, it's pretty solid. It has, like, a good enough single core performance to play a lot of games as well. It does have that wonderful 8 cores, 16 threads, so you get that good multi-core performance, so you can play like these newer games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, and a whole bunch of other games that now are optimized for multiple cores and multiple threads, which is really cool. So yeah, I recommend just keep an eye out on the recording, which we are doing using OBS. Yeah, so that's also a cool option with the system, is that you can record in game yourself. And yeah, just keep an eye out on the frame rate counter and just watch the recording, because the great thing about the recording is that it'll pick up like if there's any lag, stutter, or anything like that. So yeah, I'll do my best not to die, and hopefully we can get a good run of the game. Currently sitting around 200 frames per second. The GPU is at 100% utilization pretty much, so that's really good. Alright, we're not the only ones here, so we'll quickly use these potions. Yeah, eventually I'll be doing a test with this exact system, capping the frame rate at either 144 in streaming or 120 in streaming. But yeah, because our CPU usage is 26%, 30%, like it's really nothing. So it means that we do have a lot of room to do other things at the same time, which could include streaming, which is a cool option to kind of have with like any system. Alright, let's quickly go here. Grab the pistol upgrade. But yeah, you can see outdoors we're above that 144 frames per second mark, which is neat. And what would be also interesting to test out, maybe I'll test it later, is if pairing a better graphics card with this system, because you can see we're at pretty much 100% GPU usage. So it's a really good pairing, because the RX 580 is perfect for playing AAA titles above 60 frames per second. As well, it's perfect for playing like these esport titles or just competitive shooters where you need that high frame rate. Where are these players? Oh, there they are. Eventually you take damage, even though, yeah, anyways, let's see where the other players are. Can't run forever. That's how you do it. Alright, looks like he's got another teammate around here. And the other teammate's probably... There we go. Easy does it. 144 frames per second without an issue. Like, you can't complain when you've got that kind of frame rate. Yeah, super smooth. I'm just excited. Like, yeah, to be able to get this kind of smooth experience. Maybe I'll do a build guide on this system as well, but that's kind of a tangent, more for my YouTube channel. But yeah, that's kind of cool. We're actually alive still, and you've seen the whole time it's been super smooth. The frame time's been great, and yeah, there hasn't been any stutter. That's kind of one of the neat things again about these newer like these games, is that they utilize all the cores, all the threads, so it just allows you to use this a little bit older hardware, but because it is from the Xeon platform, it has those extra cores, it allows you to do a whole bunch of other things, so yeah. Currently outside here we're getting about 160 frames per second. Really smooth, which is always nice. We are in the circle and we are alive. And the recording is running, so I think everything is working out so far. Oh, hang on, we're gonna drop a potion here. There we go, he's got to pick up the potion. Or not, he doesn't see it. Alrighty, we'll continue following our teammate here. Yeah, we're really close to like that 200 FPS mark. As you notice, we went anywhere from down as low as 160 all the way up to about 200 or so. And we're GPU limited, which is kind of neat. Like, not in all cases, but that's where pairing like this RX 580 with this system is actually a perfect video card, because you're not bottlenecking the CPU much at all, and you're not bottlenecking the GPU really. So it's a really nice combination. You can pair a GTX 1070 or a 1060 with the system, but yeah, this is probably the ideal pairing to have. Yeah, the next thing I'd really like to test is seeing how this system can handle streaming. Well, looks like there's more players here. Just have to be careful. Yeah, we need to head to the circle without getting sniped is always the the clause. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, outdoors here, it just dipped to about 150 frames per second, but you can notice our GPU usage is still very, very high. But yeah, you could easily play this with a 144Hz monitor, capped at 144 FPS, and probably run a nice 1080p 60 FPS stream simultaneously using OBS, so that's something that I will be testing in the future, probably once Christmas is over and stuff like that. You can notice our GPU usage went down a little bit. It's closer to that 90%. Still really solid, but oh, there's players up ahead there. I think they see us, but it doesn't really matter. I know there were other players kind of behind us, so we just have to be careful. It's cool that they added the snow. Obviously, the more kind of effects you have, that always takes a toll on your graphics card, but oh, I didn't mean to shoot him. I actually meant to do this. Ping them for enemies. Oh, we just dipped right to that 144 FPS mark for a second. Just got a really good trigger on it. Oh, I can't play this game properly. It's too hard. Pop our potions quickly, because we have a second. And yes, you don't need to necessarily scope in to have relatively good accuracy. That's just an option. Alright, we're reloading. I'm not going to run the lightsabers, just not interested. Oh, this tactical machine gun is super good. Holy shoot, I remember these. Anyways, yeah, just keep an eye out on the frame rate counter, as I was mentioning before. It's probably our most important metric. Why is he missing? Dude, don't miss. Oh, it's out of ammo. Just see if we can find any other players. Here's a boat coming. Just gonna save my med kit. Takes a second for it to heal up completely. Alright, we're at 90 HP. That's probably good enough. Let's move to the next circle now. And let's get some high ground. That would be really, really helpful. There's a boat here we probably need to... Oh, I tagged them. That means they're probably going to jump off the boat. The pistol's got phenomenal accuracy, so I will probably be using that. That is how you knock someone really quickly. Here he comes. You can always kind of tell when they're going to shoot you, so you can always block it. Well, not always. Just saying that because I blocked it. If I got hit, I would be like, oh, well, that's unlucky. Oh gosh, that's a ton of damage. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't see us. We're just gonna heal up quickly. The frame rate super solid the whole time. It's just my game, my skill level is just not really that great, which is kind of the only thing that's holding us back at the moment. Yeah, frame rate definitely helps, but it's not the be all end all, because you still have to be a relatively good player. Alright, we are heading to the next circle. Alright, we should reload that weapon. Yeah, I can't go back to get anything. Hopefully our teammate still has that bandaged bazooka and can survive a little longer. But yeah, we have a long way to walk. And there are going to be a lot of other players around here, so stuff we have to keep in mind. Alright, there are players up ahead. And they do see us, so that does make our trip a little bit more difficult. I think we're alright. Continue running. Yeah, we are in a really busy area. You can see the frame rate going down a little bit as well. Wait, how did that hit? Right, I won't use my medkit then. Watch out, watch out. There's players there. Holy smokes. There's players everywhere. Holy smokes, we're getting tapped here. Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, overall, you should be able to tell from this recording, like, it's a smooth experience. And yeah, I still want to test out how streaming will work, because I think it really has potential to be a decent streaming setup. I think we just have to, oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that's going to probably conclude our recording there, but overall, it plays really well. It goes anywhere from about 144 FPS on the lower side, all the way up to about 200, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. And yeah, again, this is the Xeon E5 2650 V2 paired with the RX 580 video card.